Believe it or not, I'm an introvert. So after like a long day of being around people and at work, I want to go home and crawl into a cave. But because I can't do that and you can't do that because we might lose our job or not even have careers whatsoever, I'm going to show you in this video what you can do as an introvert trying to grow your career. Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Brittany Hayles and I'm the career coach that helps you gain the confidence to go after your career goals. As a member of Introverts United, I know that we do not get energy from being around people. It's actually exhausting to us. So after being at a conference and after being at work for a long period of time, we are energetically drained. Social battery, 0%. And realistically, you know, I know, everyone knows, you cannot grow your career without having the right relationships with the right people. So being introverted can be somewhat of a detriment to your career because your career growth is directly aligned with being around people. Now, I'm never here for telling people you gotta change or you can't be who you wanna be, because one thing about it, ain't nobody gonna tell me. And I know for a fact there's just no way realistically that my introvertedness is gonna change. But what we can all do is not necessarily change our behavior or who we are, but change how we interact with the world and where the space that we put ourselves in to feel more comfortable and at ease. So in today's video, I'm gonna be walking you through 3 ways you can continue to grow your career as an introvert. Let's get started. Tip number 1 is to focus on building a great relationship with your manager. So a lot of times what I find with myself, with my introverted clients, or just people who I know that are introverted, we just think that if you get your work and you go home, that's enough. It's not. Never has been, never will be. The reality of it is that you do have to build relationships at work to grow your career. But the type of relationships that you build and the people you build them with are more important than anything else. And the most important relationship during your career is with your manager. I know you wanna do your work and go home and talk to them once a quarter, but that's not gonna cut it. You should be having at least bi-weekly meetings with your manager. And if they're super busy and for whatever reason you can't meet with them bi-weekly, at least monthly. This relationship is extremely important. And the good thing about it is that you're not in some big group of people with some random people that you don't even like that. You're having to focus on just building a relationship with one person, and that one person is your manager. I see it in myself, I see it with other people neglecting this relationship because all they want to do is just go home and call it a day. But it's important that you do. And with your manager, you want to focus on having those one-on-one meetings, talking about your career goals, your career aspirations, just getting to know them personally too. Like with some of my managers, I used to literally bring a question in every time and be like, oh, tell me this, like their favorite color, their favorite food, just some weird question. Stuff like that actually does build relationships. And another thing you want to remember, people love to talk about themselves. So one of the things that you can do to build that bond as well is ask your manager for advice. Tell them about a challenge that you're having on the job. Ask for advice on that. Or even just, how they built their career. Ask them about their career story. Find that connection point that allows you to start diving deeper into what your career looks like, what their career look like, and how y'all both can work together to grow each other's careers. Your manager is directly responsible for your career growth. So that's, I'm not saying do not have relationships with the other people on your team, because everyone's relationship is important. However, your manager's is most important. So if you think you're gonna do your work and then go home and not build a relationship with your manager, it never gave that. So definitely focus on that. And then I do have a video on my channel titled How to Make a Great Impression First Day at Work. Obviously, this doesn't necessarily mean that this is your first day at work, but I do have great tips in this video on how to build that, I do have great tips in this video on how to build that relationship with your manager, and also what to talk about in those one-on-ones with your manager, because that can get a little awkward sometimes. So make sure you check out that video. But the moral to this story is that realistically, you cannot just do your work and go home and not build relationships with people on your team. And I get it, it can be overwhelming to just talk to everybody, so at least focus on the relationship with your manager. Tip number 2 is to focus on one-on-one networking. If anyone knows, it's me. Going to a networking conference, going to any event is like, I have to mentally prepare myself for weeks before I get there. I get it. Cause I'm about to be surrounded by all these people that I don't know, and I gotta talk to them. It's just so much. I would be amiss if I told you, like, nah, don't attend them, focus on this. No, you do have to attend these events. However, instead of focusing on being in these large groups and trying to build conversation with people that way, focus on building one-on-one relationships with great, cool people who you meet along the way at the networking event or conference. Let's say that at an event there was a speaker or a panel or somebody who had on an awesome outfit or someone whose story just resonated with you. Take their business card or take their information and connect with them later. This is how you build relationships as an introvert. It isn't to just shun yourself out and sit in a corner. You are going to have to make yourself slightly uncomfortable, but do so in a way that feels palatable, and again, taking those baby steps versus just jumping full throttle into it and trying to talk to the entire conference, because that's not gonna happen. Find that person who seems really cool, down to earth, you love their story, whatever it may be, exchange information and connect with them. Try to build that conversation and let them know, like, hey, I'm gonna reach out to you after this so we can set up some one-on-one time. And even outside of conferences and events, at your company as well. I know for a fact that the job that you're in, you may absolutely love it, or you may hate it. Whatever it is, I'm 99% sure that there's somebody in another position or on another team or in a role that you really love what they do, or you just met that person and thought they were really cool. Connect with them and set up 15-minute chats. I would say that's the best thing to do as an introvert, is just make sure that the time is small, like you're doing 15-minute increments. If anything, you set it up for 30, but like you clear your calendar for 30 minutes, but only say the meeting's 15 minutes, so that you don't feel like this overwhelming amount of pressure to like keep the conversation going if you can't, but at least you know you set it up. And like I said in the first tip, yes, your manager, the relationship with your manager is extremely important, but the relationship with your team is equally as important as well. So if it's overwhelming for you to go to the team lunches every single month because there's like so many people, set up that one-on-one meeting with someone on your team who you think is really cool and really sweet, or somebody who you really admire, their work ethic and everything that they do. Set up time with them, pick their brain, ask them for advice, whatever it may be, but like build those relationships. Like, I'm not coming on this video to tell you, yeah, like you can go sit in the corner and, you know, be shy and just have like an extreme level of social anxiety around all these situations. Like, I'm not justifying that whatsoever. What I'm saying to you is that you will have to step out of your comfort zone, but take those baby steps by building those one-on-one connections. And if you want to begin networking and you don't really know how or where to start, I have a video right here. How to land your dream job through networking. So make sure you check that out so that you can learn the many, many ways that you can network and then find people in those situations one-on-one to connect with. The last tip is to establish an accountability partner. Now, you know, us introverts, we have a book, a 30-page book on the excuses you can give to get out of an event, out of a situation, and out of literally anything. We are just full of excuses to not do stuff, right? I get it. Our social battery, very small in comparison to other people. Our ability to feel safe and comfortable around large groups of people is a lot. But with you knowing this, you know that you're probably not gonna be your best accountability partner in the beginning. It's gonna be hard for you to be like, okay, let me set up that meeting with my manager, or let me go to this conference and make it a goal for myself to meet at least one person. Those type of things may be hard for you to hold yourself accountable to because you're so used to making excuses for your introversion, right? So that's where accountability partners come into play and are extremely helpful. When I say accountability partner, I don't mean putting it in your calendar as a reminder. It's giving very much snooze. Like, I will turn that off and be like, oh, I'll just do it. Oh, it was due today. Okay, I'll do it on Tuesday. I'll do it on Wednesday. And the next thing you know, again, you're not doing it. Like, you need a live, actual person, human being, not your puppy, not your fish, not the inanimate other object in your house, like a live person who can call you or text you or email you on that date and say, did you do it yet? And some of the tips to really help you create the best relationship with this accountability partner is to first, before you even reach out to them, set that goal for yourself. What is it that you're trying to do in order to grow your career, knowing that you're an introvert? Again, is it that you want to go to a conference? Is it that you want to pitch an idea in a meeting because you've never done that before because every meeting gives you so much anxiety? What is it that you're trying to achieve that you know is going to help you grow your career? Once you set that goal, the next thing you want to do is create a realistic deadline for yourself. If you know that typically this has taken you a long time to do,
being like, okay, I'm gonna do this by the end of the week, it may not be as realistic because it already took you 60 days to get here. So I would say the minimum deadline should be, you know, of course, if you have a deadline to get this done based off of your work calendar, pick that deadline. But if you don't have a deadline yet, at least like a maximum of 30 days. Any more than that, you are pushing it, okay? And then lastly, find that person who you know is just really trying to push you to be better, who does a great job at empowering you as it is already, and has the time to even be your accountability partner. Accountability partners are amazing, and they have been, like, honestly, one of the best assets during my career. So I highly encourage you to find one. And believe it or not, you have an accountability partner right here in the room with you. It's me! If that was corny, please write in the comments. I will never do it again, I promise. But that's literally my job as a career coach. My job is to literally get on a call with you for 30 minutes, write down what your goals are, make sure you have a deadline for them, and hold you accountable to that. That's what I do as a career coach. So if you know that you're on the journey of growing your career, expanding your career, learning more during your career, I can help you with that. You can email me at info@haylesconsulting.com, or there's a link down in the description box where it says schedule a career chat, and that's exactly what that is. It's an opportunity to just speak with me for 30 minutes. We set those goals, we strategize which goals make sense right now, which ones don't. We set a deadline, and I'm gonna email you when that deadline is up, because it's up and it's stuck. Let's get it together. But if you're ready to take your career to the next level, definitely reach out to me. I'm here to be your cheerleader, hold you accountable, and cheer you on. Thank you all so much again for watching. If this video resonated with you, please like it, share it with anyone else who you know is an introvert. And if you are a part of Introverts United, comment down below, because we're here to hold hands and hold each other accountable. Because in 2023, we're gonna do better. I appreciate every single one of you. I just hit 6,000 subscribers. Let's get into it. Yes, because of you, and you, and you, and you. So thank you all again, and I will see you in the next video.